13 Delta Golf 004, Mike via Dortmund.
108 Charlie Tango 16.
Hear what you're saying now, Paddy. You need to be shouting. Yeah, it's so bad.
Right, well, see, just for a minute, if Stuart will bear with us, the only thing that I could suggest is very briefly we'll go on to 14 because we know fine well that this entire setup, this end and your end was working on 14. Just in the off chance of something bonkers that we meet.
Hey, get a wee try and we can always come back here on you.
Okay, well this is the big net 36th anniversary of legalisation of CB radio in the UK. I'm obviously going to my work this evening, so I'm sitting up a hill local to my work, up the back of Drum Chapel, just the outskirts of Glasgow. And there's only the three of us on at the moment. It's pretty quiet. According to some of the Facebook groups that I've been looking at down south, it's going pretty well down there. Excuse the angle that my radio is sitting at. That is the angle that it's sitting at in the car, without holding the phone up on its side and getting one of that silly weird screen just down the middle. So we've been chatting for about 15 minutes now, pretty good. They're fairly local to me. There's Paddy and Wally. I was chatting to them the other night for the AM net. Got the President Grant 2 Premium in the car, just barefoot, 4 watts, working great. Surprised that there's nobody else on. Very quiet, which is rather disappointing. It was well advertised.
I know you're working on your antenna, Paddy, so you don't need to.
There we go.
You two guys can take up and I'll use your signals as a reference for tinkering.
Roger, Paddy, no bother. I was going to say something last over there, but I can't remember what it was now. Aye, no bother, on you go, Willie.
That's really weird. See, when me and Paddy went to 14, he probably followed us down, but what a difference. Huge signals compared to up here. So Paddy's going to muck about with his antenna for a wee bit there, move it to the extreme other side, see if that makes any difference. So what I want to see is, if we go up or down one single channel, if it makes any difference. It's really weird, the huge difference between the two stations there, or that short distance of channels, if you know what I mean. It's really quite weird.
Well, it's fairly quiet here anyway, Willie, so if you want to go a wee wander, I'll follow along. You know how sometimes on 2 metres you hear somebody calling on 500 and QSY to 525 and they completely disappear?
The weird thing is, that happens quite a lot in 2 metres. I've seen that quite a lot, where you go at just, like 50 kilohertz away and it's just almost a non-signal. It really is bizarre how that works. Right, let me see. I don't know if Paddy's moved his antenna or a wee bit yet. I know he just needs to hang out the window and move it a wee bit. Right, Paddy. You don't need to bump your head coming in or anything, just stay there. So just do what you're doing. Aye. So I was just I went to the toilet for like 2 minutes and I came back and you and Paddy were yapping away anyway, Stuart, so I just left you here. I thought, okay, what you're saying there about turning the rig on after being off for years and all that kind of thing. I took a wee spell. I was off for about, 6, 7 or 8 years or something. I can't remember exactly now, to be honest. But I've kind of always been on. I feel it was about 12 or 13 or something. 13 in fact. So I've always been on for years and years and years, but I did take a wee spell. I thought,
That's Glasgow away down there.
And that was the end of it.
Way in the distance.
And then there was just recently, when I say recently, I'm talking about maybe 5, 6 years ago now. I was thinking to myself, do you know what, we're heading towards another peak here. It just kind of struck me. I ended up, I bought a wee Maycom just to get me on the air, and still hardly anybody on the air. But what did attracted my attention was the fact that when I went down to the EU40, it was absolutely jumping with Germans and all that. And I thought, oh, I need to get myself another radio.
Roger, that is my favourite band since we came back on again in 2013, I think it was. The first radio I bought again when I came back on with was an old Anytone thing, 555. No, but it was a HR 5500 or whatever it was, Intec, same kind of clone. And I'd never used the FCC frequencies before. And just kind of driving about and listening to all the Germans and Dutch guys and can talk to them on pretty low power. Like, this is my favourite band. So a few times during that first year back again, I came home from night shift and it was May. And by that time I had the ICOM 706 Mark II. And there was a few days that I didn't get to my bed till about 2 in the afternoon. I had a few beers as well. I ended up half canned. It was just sort of working the skip. It was absolutely fantastic. And sort of from then, the mid-band's been my favourite band out the lot of them all.
Aye, that's always been my favourite band in there. I know we're up here tonight, obviously, because CB has been legal for 36 years, and this is the band we're talking about being legal all that time. But normally, I mean, I'm always kind of floating about down there, just listening to see what's coming in. But it's a great band. I love that band. The old original AM40 down there. Excellent, can't whack it. But do you know, it's great all the way right through June. See the month of June, that's my favourite month on radio. That's absolutely amazing. All the sporadic doesn't matter what year it is, the peak or off, it doesn't matter. Right in the middle of June, it's amazing. You mean up here you got all the English and all that. Down here you get them as well, obviously. And all the German, French, Spanish, Dutch and all that sort of thing. And it's huge big signals, and as you say, you can talk to them in low power. And the radio is never ever dull. It's like the radio's been shit for 11 months, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's great again, and then it goes shite again, you know. But it's great band.
That's it. I mean, this year in particular, it's getting April's beginning, the weather's starting to pick up a bit, and you're like, oh, it's about to kick off, and then it kind of expecting it too early, and it goes on and on and on. Oh, come on! But from this year there, the 1st of June, bang on cue, bang, sporadic E. And June was phenomenal, man. It really was superb. I got the old Amstrad 901 out. I've got to probably seen the video on YouTube. It was a Saturday night, sitting in the house, Friday or a Saturday night, sitting in the house, and the skips come in about 11 o'clock. I switched off my radio, took the antenna out, got the 901 out, plugged it in. I got a guy in Germany on, and I got that Oliver guy. Now, where was he? He was away up, Iceland, I think it was, or something like that, you know. And it's on 4 watts. It's absolutely brilliant, and it was quite short-lived this year, right enough, because as soon as July happened, it kind of switched off again. Whereas normally it goes through sort of most of July and into August, but mainly just June, and it was back off again. But it was brilliant when it lasted.
I always find that the sporadic E usually starts round about the kind of 5th of May and gets stronger and stronger right through June, and then July kind of tapers off. Do you know what I mean? But June was great. It really was a cracking year this year. Do you know what the funny thing is? See, when the legalised AM and sidebands a few years back now, and it was a Friday night, Friday at midnight. In fact, you were on. I spoke to you. Do you remember that? I'm sure it was you and me, you and a few other boys like Ronnie and that were on AM. Do you mind that?
Roger, aye, that was the first time I spoke to you. I was at my work that night, and I just had the wee sort of porter pack thing with me. And it was a big long bit of coax going out and hooked up to the mag mount out in the van. That was a good wee show on that night, aye.
That's right, that was great, right on midnight, wasn't it? It was just like all of a sudden, somebody flicked a switch. All these people just appeared on 14 in the AM. Look, my point about that was
everybody else, so all signals are the same.
Thanks again. I don't know, Stuart, can you hear me?
Aye, Stevie, I've got you, but an S2 there. Aye, not bad at all.
Thanks again. Right, I want you to carry on. I need to get up the road. I'm Hank Marvin here.
Alright, is that your new handle?
Aye, I'll just call myself Hank Marvin.
No probs, no probs. Have you heard anybody else on the frequency at your side?
Not at all. Usually the only two I've heard. I heard these right at the bottom of the box, right up till I got to the outskirts of Helensburgh. And once I come out to the pier, I'm getting good signal. I'm getting you a 4-pounder.
4-punter, no bother. Well, hold on a minute, there's Willie from Knightswood as well. Give him a shout, see if he can copy you there.
Right, Willie, take coffee. Aye, how you doing, Stevie? Hopefully you can hear me alright there. I'm getting you a 5 here, nice and clear. Aye, I'm getting you about the same. A 5-pounder. Oh, this is mental. I know. No, that's good for where you're, but that's excellent for doing it. Aye, it's working fine. I'm cheating a wee bit. I'm using an 857 with an ATAS, so I'm kind of cheating a wee bit. Yeah, how many watts are you putting at it? About 50. Well, no, I'm surprised you're getting me a 5 then. I'm just using the 4 watts on a wee Albrecht, you know, the wee A6110, wee tiny thing. That's what I'm using here. Well, it just shows you you're coming through here between a 4 and a 5-pounder. Can't be bad, as long as you can hear me, that's the main thing right enough, isn't it? No, that's good. Conditions are alright tonight, actually. You know what I mean, noise levels and all that. Apart from, me and Paddy had a wee bit of carry on there. Not carry on, but he's a little bit just over a mile away from me, and the two of us were struggling to hear each other. At first when we came on, there's something kind of bizarre, but we're both hearing Stuart without any bother, so it's, I don't know, don't know way to make it. But no bother. So I go and do what you're doing there, and no doubt we'll have a wee chat again. Aye, well, I'll see you Saturday if you're there on Saturday. I'm hoping to get up there anyway, so I'll see you Saturday. Big black twin 4x4 with aerials on there. Can't you miss me? Oh, well, no doubt we'll spot the ATAS anyway. I won't have that on. I'm going pure radio rental CD. Stalker 9 FDX with a Springer. Oh man, the old stalkers, I love how wee boxes to bits.
Is that not better? I should have done it ages ago. Just like a goldfish bowl here, but we're sitting in the dark with cars past us.
It's a pity, you know, more folks should stick to CB. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean, I've got a few wee amateur radios lying about and all, and they're good on CB, don't get me wrong, work brilliant and all the rest of it, but I don't know, there's just something about having a CB and using on CB, do you know what I mean, that kind of makes it feel like a CB. If I turn any of the radios on, I'm on the CB, it doesn't really feel like a CB, do you know what I mean? I know exactly, even it always sounds better than a proper CB, not a daft amateur radio. Horses for courses, definitely. Hopefully this radio's works. I've not used it for about 10 years, so I'll need to check it tomorrow. Hopefully it will work. If so, I'll get one of them CRT1s, I'll stick that in box. But I'll not be an A-touch tomorrow. But the black Springer, pure natural. Right, I'm away. I'll let you go on with it. All the best, boys, and I'll see you on Saturday. Hey, Stevie, good talk to you. Catch you later.
Right, Stevie, if you want a wee call tomorrow before I go to work, a wee test with the radio, give us a shout before 9 o'clock, alright?
Roger. Catch you then. Hey, Stevie, see you Saturday. See you Saturday.
Okay, Stevie, a route toot. Right, back to you guys.
Tooting him out, do you mind on that?
I'm actually just looking at the clock myself. I've only got about another 5 minutes and I'll need to head myself, be back mobile again, but if you give us a wee sec, I just need to go and put my coat back on, alright? I'm a bit cold again.
Neighbour. Aye, Paddy.
What do you make of that strange wee, it's just that slightest wee adjustment there, that sort of
well, there you go. Again, excuse the angle of the radio, but that is the angle of the radio. If I put my phone to the side, you know, it gets that weird. There's nothing worse. My pet hate is watching a video with just a wee thing down the middle of it and black. Put your phone in landscape mode, people. Anyway, this was the 2nd of November, big net in Scotland, west of Scotland. Grand total of 4 stations on, which is quite good, quite good. All 4 stations that were on are amateur radio licence holders, which is which is even stranger. There's no CBers about Glasgow, which is strange because Glasgow's usually still jumping with them. But I'm going to have to head and go to my work again, so until Saturday, people. Hopefully got a wee convoy on Saturday here. We're meeting in Glasgow. Car park in the sky, 2 PM, and there's a few cars going to show up, I think. We've got a wee video of a wee convoy if we have it, and I'll post it up. So for the time being, this is the Flyfisher. There you go, I've not used that name for about 20 years. The Flyfisher for Greenock, signing off, and 73 for the now. Happy birthday, CB.